Attention, Real Madrid fans. Breaking news that could directly impact the first matches of the 2025-26 season. Coach Xabi Alonso has announced the squad list for the friendly against WSG Tirol in Austria, and the big-name absences are already turning heads, including key players such as Valverde, Bellingham, Camavinga, and Endrick. A complicated situation right at the final stretch of pre-season. Before we continue, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates about the biggest club in the world. Here, you'll always get the latest Real Madrid news, with up-to-date information and complete analysis. That's right, Madridista. Real Madrid is preparing to face WSG Tirol tomorrow in Innsbruck, in their last friendly before the start of La Liga 2025-26. This will be Xabi Alonso's final opportunity to fine-tune the team and test lineup options before the Spanish League opener. And as expected, the squad list came with both positive and concerning surprises. Among the good news, 4 youth academy talents have been called up to join the traveling squad. Thiago Arch, who has been impressing in recent matches and training sessions, has been included once again and is expected to get important minutes in midfield. Another standout is 18-year-old midfielder Roberto Martin, who joins the group despite fierce competition in the position. In defense, teenage gem Diego Aguado has caught Alonso's eye. And rounding off the new faces, forward Daniel Yanez has also been confirmed for the trip. But the bad news weighs heavily. Federico Valverde is out of the friendly due to muscle overload. Eduardo Camavinga, who is already recovering from injury, has suffered a new ankle problem and will miss not only the game against WSG Tirol but also the La Liga opener against Osasuna. Jude Bellingham remains in the medical room, and Ferland Mendy is still unavailable. In attack, the good news is that the main stars are ready. Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and Rodrigo Goes, the latter still surrounded by transfer rumors. Recently promoted first-team player Gonzalo Garcia is also in the squad and will be closely monitored by Alonso. It's important to note that the match against WSG Tirol will be the last test before the league opener on August 20th at the Santiago Bernabéu against Osasuna. And here comes the second major concern. Real Madrid will start the season already without 4 key players: Mendy, Bellingham, Endrick, and Camavinga. This means Alonso will have to improvise and test alternatives from the very beginning, without time for a gradual adaptation process. Behind-the-scenes comments reveal the coach's concern. We want to start the season as strong as possible, but we also need to make sure the players are 100% ready to handle the entire calendar, Alonso is said to have told his coaching staff. This statement perfectly reflects the current dilemma. Rush the injured players back or stay patient to avoid bigger problems later on. Camavinga's case is a clear example. He was already in the final stage of recovery, training with the ball, but new ankle pain set off alarms. According to sources close to the club, the initial forecast was for him to return in this friendly, but now the medical team prefers not to set a date to avoid setbacks. With Valverde out due to muscle overload, the midfield against WSG Tirol could look very different from usual. Cruz, still the team's technical reference, might act as the balancing point, possibly alongside Tchouaméni, with room for youngsters like Arch and Roberto Martin to gain experience. The absence of Bellingham also hurts, as the Englishman was expected to be the team's offensive engine, linking midfield to attack with quality and intensity. In defense, David Alaba's return is a major boost. Fully recovered from injury, the Austrian should get minutes to regain rhythm. Ferland Mendy remains out, while new signing Alvaro Carreras could get more opportunities to showcase his skills. Dean Huijsen is also a fresh option in central defense and could make a more consistent debut. The attacking department, for now, seems the least problematic in terms of availability. Mbappe and Vinicius form the most feared duo in Europe, and Rodrigo, despite ongoing transfer speculation, continues training normally. Gonzalo Garcia and Daniel Yanez could come on in the second half to gain rhythm and show their potential. The impact of these absences for the Osasuna match is huge. Without Camavinga, Bellingham, Endrick, and Mendy, Real Madrid loses intensity, creativity, and rotation options. This may force Alonso to adapt his tactical plan, perhaps using a more controlled midfield or even experimenting with 3 forwards and only 2 central midfielders. Speaking of reinforcements, sources close to the club reveal that the board is monitoring the market but is in no rush for immediate signings. The focus is on recovering the current squad and, if necessary, making targeted moves in the winter window. However, rumors suggest that European clubs would be willing to pay significant sums for Real Madrid players, such as Rodrigo, which could open the door for an unexpected move. On the other hand, Alonso's trust in the youngsters sends a clear message. He wants to integrate the academy into the first team, not just to fill gaps temporarily, but to build a more versatile squad ready for long seasons. Thiago Pittarch and Roberto Martin, for instance, are not just names to complete the list. They have already shown quality and personality on the pitch, and this friendly could be the perfect stage to cement their place. It's worth remembering that this is not the first time Real Madrid has entered a season with major injury problems. In recent years, especially in the last 3 seasons, the club has had to deal with absences of key players in the opening rounds, which directly affected their La Liga performance. The difference now is that Xabi Alonso, newly appointed, must implement his style of play with a squad that is not yet fully fit. This requires careful tactical planning and smart minute management. The friendly against WSG Tirol, though it may seem just a test, could be decisive in determining who is ready to face Osasuna. Historically, these preseason matches are used to correct positioning, adjust defensive to offensive transitions, and assess new signings' performances. Alonso has shown particular attention to the link-up play between Alexander-Arnold and the forwards, as the English fullback's arrival promises to be a key attacking weapon in set pieces and wide plays. Another highlight is the attitude of the promoted youngsters. Thiago Pittarch, for example, has shown personality and above-average vision during training, earning praise from both the coaching staff and experienced players like Cruz and Alaba. Roberto Martin, despite his young age, has traits reminiscent of Luka Modric's early years in European football, especially in game reading and quick switches of play. Up front, Gonzalo Garcia could take advantage of Endrick's absence to establish himself as the first rotation option. His off-ball movement and physical presence in the box have pleased Alonso, who sees him as a goal poacher capable of deciding tough matches. Daniel Yanez, meanwhile, is more versatile and can play as a winger or second striker, offering interesting tactical alternatives. If Real Madrid can turn these difficulties into opportunities to reveal talent and strengthen the group, the season could start positively despite the setbacks. But for that, it will be essential to approach the WSG Tirol friendly with maximum seriousness, making every minute on the pitch count towards building the squad's chemistry and confidence. Madridista, pre-season is coming to an end, and the anticipation for the league opener is growing. But along with the excitement comes concern over injuries and the lack of match rhythm for some starters. Will Real Madrid be able to overcome these obstacles right away? Will the youngsters step up and seize this golden opportunity? And you, what do you think of this squad list and the absences for the WSG Tirol friendly and the La Liga opener? Will Real Madrid feel the absence of these players, or does the squad have enough depth to maintain its strength? Leave your opinion in the comments, like, and share this video to support the channel. Thanks for watching, Madridista. See you next time with more Real Madrid news.